Hi, this is 365801 and this is a reading vlog. So this reading vlog is going to be about all of the buzzwords that I can read from Futekia. I'm not sure about keeping my Futekia after this subscription runs out, so I'm going to make the most of it, or at least I'm going to try to. I say that every year that I have it, and every year I fail miserably, but 2024 is the year I'm going to do it. I'm feeling positive about life. I'm feeling positive. Let's start the year off well. So yeah, it is the first month. This is my brunch. I'm having brunch today. It's not a breakfast, and it's not quite a lunch, although it is nearing lunchtime now. Actually, it's probably lunch. Let's just call it lunch. So I've got some scrambled egg and ham and breakfast muffins and a side salad and a wee coffee as well. So yeah, let's talk about what's going to be read in this vlog. So I've got my little Kindle Fire because it's a bit easier to read on Manga Planet that way. This is this is my prep for my how much did I read, how much did I spend on BL video, which I have not finished yet at this point in time. So yeah, I have gone through Manga Planet and tried to find as many titles that have there, or there in the title. Naze Love, when a student council member educating their junior somehow turns into romantic comedy. So that's what I'm going to be reading. Should I read it first? I probably should. But there is like one on here that I've already read. This is it. There is only one person behind me. Now, I've already read this. I read this. This is by Anmin. And it's a collection of short stories. And they were really interesting. So I wonder if I can link the video that I read this in already. But the one that had like I don't know if I can. I don't want to spoil it. But there's the title one. This one here is like, oof, really good. So I remember this. I remember this being something. It is a mystery, but I don't think that's why I read it. Maybe it is. It's got Amigaverse in it, so it's probably my Amigaverse video. Probably the first one. That helps. So yeah, I have read this one already, so I don't technically need to read this one to read everything on Futekia. So that's one of my goals, is to read as much as I can on Futekia. So if I've already read this, I don't need to reread it, especially because there is something else that I can read. So let's see what else we've got. This one. The hero's so OP down there that I don't know what to do. There being down there. And then here we have Here and There and Us, new edition. But if we go to Thanat, there's actually a sequel, so we can have a look at. Oh no, it's just decided not to. Am I gonna have to log in again? Thanat anyway has a second one after this, so I can read this one and that one. So I think mostly this video is going to be Thanat. And is that everything? Is that everything? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fifth one I don't actually need to read. I could do it as a reread, but I'm trying to read less rereads this year. I have a tendency to do that. So anyway, this is what I'm going to be reading in a very, fingers crossed, short, sweet little vlog for the January buzzword, and reading the January buzzwords on Manga Planet now. I should avoid saying particular, shouldn't I? Because it's really Manga Planet now. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'll check in when I've read some more. Hopefully, I've got a few other things to do today. I've got a video to film. I need to go to the shops. Need to get some electricity, gas. I might take you along with me. So yeah, that's what we're doing. But I'm going to eat this lovely, delicious lunch now and watch like a YouTube video or something. And then I'll check in when I've read some of these titles. So I am back inside, so getting a bit dark. I've put on a little bit of ambiance, and I'm going to be reading now. I filmed a video, which I'm going to have to edit. It's probably going to take me a bit of time, but I'm going to try and see if I can do that this evening. And I went outside to get some shopping and stuff, and it is very cold and dark, very rainy. I've just put the heating on. I just want to cozy up, and I've got my blanket here so I can read. Now, the first thing I did was go, oh, I know, I'll do this Naze Love one, which sounds like fun. But then as soon as I started reading the synopsis, I was like, hold on, this sounds like it's a sequel. It is. So to really truly read that one, I really should read this one first. Seitokai, when a student council member rehabilitating a bad boy somehow turns into a romantic comedy. So I need to read this one first, 7 chapters, before I can read this one, which is also 7 chapters. So I will probably read these two and then get back to you. I am going to have something nice to eat, but I have a Fanta fruit twist, which I'm like super excited about. I almost never have like fizzy juice and stuff like that. And when I do, it's just like a little sip or something. It's not a huge drink. I've been trying to cut down on that kind of thing. But I did buy a can a while ago, and it's just been sitting, not being drunk. So I'm going to have this and maybe a biscuit or something. And read a bit of this, and then I will probably have something proper to eat. And I'll check in with you when I've had something actually read. I can tell you about all of this romantic comedy in the student council, I'm guessing. So I just finished Seitokai, when a student council member rehabilitating a bad boy somehow turns into romantic comedy. I was reading it in Japanese and I'm like, oh no, I don't think I can. Seitokai yakuin toshite mondaiji o kousei sasete itara nazeka love comedy ni natte ita ken. But it's rabukome, not love comedy. Rabukome ni natte ita ken. It's not my favorite type of story. This is by Hashimoto Meets. So there's a spin-off. So I'm going to be reading the spin-off, and that's the one that I really need to read to be able to like tick off the buzzword. But yeah, we've got 2 couples, Hakase and Mizuki. Mizuki's the student council president. So these two, and they were actually together in school, in middle school. That's how they met, and they ended up in the same fancy, ridiculous, like senior high school. And the only reason that Hakase is a bad boy is because he wants to get Mizuki's attention. So he only plays up and acts out and dyes his hair and does all the stuff to get his attention, so that he has to be punished or rehabilitated by the head of the student council, which is the president, which is Mizuki, who he has been in love with since they were in middle school together. So yeah, it's very stupid and very silly, and he uses sex as a sort of motivator to get him to act appropriately and to stop misbehaving and to work hard and study and all that kind of stuff. But he was always an honor student level anyway, so it's like, okay. They are quite vanilla. That's the whole the final chapter is the 2 couples finding out about each other, and they are the cutesy sweet vanilla type. Whereas these 2, what were they? Tachibana and, oh man, I can't remember the name. Tachibana and Takanashi. One's the vice president of the student council, and the other one is Hakase's bad boy best friend, Tachibana, and he's just absolute slave to pleasure. A slave to pleasure. And Tachibana, the vice, obviously he's the Glasses character, and you know the Glasses characters are always very horny. Sort of sinister. With his massive collection of sex toys. So Takanashi has to be, rehabilitated, disciplined. And turns out he uses the same method, except it's a lot more extreme. And they have a lot of fun with sex toys. But yeah, it's not my kind of thing. It's not something that I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. I didn't mind it, but it was just only okay. Not brilliant.
So yeah, I'm wondering what the next one will be. If it's still got, here we go. Naze love, when a student council member educating their junior somehow turns into a romantic comedy. So I think it's just more of the same. Kind of porn fluff. It's not really porn, but it's not really fluff. In a way, it very much reminds me of Love is Like a Hurricane. It's very, very similar actually. So you have to just kind of suspend, uh, your logical brain thinking because it's not really great. It's certainly nothing groundbreaking, and in a way, it's like the worst kind of tropes. So yeah, this is the one I'll be reading next. But I have got a bit of a headache, and I do have wine, or I could probably just take a paracetamol. And I should probably put the food on as well. So I don't know if it's because I'm lacking sugar, but I just had a Fanta, so it shouldn't. And I'm really feeling like I'm tired and snoozy, but I haven't eaten enough for me to have a kind of reaction. So this one looks all right. I'll have a go. It looks pretty much the same kind of thing. So we've got more. Is this Noda's story? Okay. Is this Noda's story? See, oh, yes. Yeah, okay, I'm happy about this because Noda was introduced in the first book. So I'm happy I read the first book now because this is Noda's story. Noda's like the third in command at the student council. And is he gonna have to be with like someone else? Yes. Woo woo! So I'm actually kind of excited about this. Even though I just said no, this is kind of shit. It's not terrible. It's just not great. But I am kind of interested to see what happens to Noda. So yeah. Let's go for Noda's story. If I can actually read it, if it's part of the pass, let's see. Manga pass. Yes. Good. I should be able to read it all. This is something you have to bear in mind now. But I think I'm going to go get a paracetamol first. So I'll check in when I've read this and maybe eaten something as well because I feel like I need something to keep me awake. So I have now completed this one as well. Nazarlov, when a student council member uh, educating their juniors somehow turns into romantic comedy. I actually really liked this one. It was Noda, so it was um a character that I'd already met, and then it was his junior Matsunaga who was kind of cute. It was super cute. I really liked it. It was giving oh no, I'm in love with my husband vibes. Um and I love that. I love it uh when it's like pretend lovers and they end up falling in love. Love that. Fake dating to lovers type thing, or even more so when it's like friends to, oh, we've always had this relationship, now we should start dating, but actually nothing much has changed except now they have sex. It's pretty much the same. And so it's like, oh, we were already dating. So it's giving that whole oops, I fell in love with my husband. Like when people are in forced marriages and things like that. I love oops, I fell in love with my husband. It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite. And the first one, Matsunaga and Noda, was kind of giving that kind of vibe because Matsunaga has just cultivated this relationship and Noda just is completely unaware. And I totally loved it. There was a lot of good chibis in this. There was a lot of good chibis, especially in the first three chapters, which was Matsunaga and Noda's chapters. And then we had some more Tachibana and Nakanashi, and they're not my favorite. They're not my favorite, but I kind of liked them by the end. They are very sex positive, so that's something. And then the little bonus chapter was very similar to the previous bonus chapter, um, with people being trapped in rooms. But yes, very much. Noda and Matsunaga were my favorite out of all of the couples. Um, Mainly because Matsunaga's scheming and Noda's kind of uh oblivious, and I just really enjoyed that. Um, their relationship. So yeah, it was only 3 chapters that were really good that I really enjoyed, but I have happily now read something that has there, and it's a there with Their in the title. So I'm wondering what the next one is going to be that I get to read. So I have, as I mentioned earlier, I have read this one, so I'm not going to read this one again. So that's fine. It is one that is a recommendation if you want something that's a little bit odd. It's definitely thought-provoking, kind of interesting little ones, but not one that I need to read again. This one looks like one I'm gonna hate. Honestly, probably not going to like it. The hero's so OP down there that I don't know what to do. Um, but I feel like I need to read it, so um I'm almost falling asleep though. But I do need to eat something, so I'm gonna make some pizza or something, and I'll check in when I've read a little bit more, or at least had something to eat. So good morning, it's the next day. I finished this last night. The hero's so OP down there that I don't know what to do. Um, I didn't hate it, but I certainly didn't love it. It's about um a guy who for reasons dreams about like a fantasy adventure, and one of the guys in it is hot, and then it turns out, like literally the next second, that guy is wandering around the streets and he's like, "Oh, I'll bring you home and look after you, um, but in exchange, you have to have sex with me." And the hero of the story is like, "Yeah, okay." Like, what? And then they have a lot of sexy times. This is, I would say, porn without plot, but there is a plot. The plot is that they're supposed to fall in love. I feel no love between these two characters. Absolutely none. This is all porn. It's just sex. Um, it was kind of boring. It was very much like way too much sex. But the thing is, there's an element of self awareness that I enjoyed because I have to say, side character supremacy ruled absolutely 100% in this one. Side character supremacy. So the hero has like a mage sidekick who is um like completely dead-eyed and has no time for anyone. He's like, this is the mission, and also he's kind of scary, and he's got um yeah, kind of a cruel streak as well. I loved it. I loved the side character when he appeared. He didn't seem to be all that bothered about, about the sex that he was like appearing in front of all the time. Whereas the other side character in this is the demon lord, and I fucking loved the Demon Lord and his minions. My god, they were so good. So when the Demon Lord, and the side character Mage are together in any scenes, it's like, okay, this is the story I want. This is the couple I'm shipping. The Demon Lord was hilarious because he would like have a magic mirror type situation where mirror on the wall, who's the face, and then it would show um the hero fucking this guy, this random, part-timer who worked in a convenience store, and he was having the reaction like, they're still doing it, they've been doing it for hours. Like, I'm like the bare minimum that the demon lord and his minions appeared on the page, I was like, I'm fucking loving this character, because he was like, this is too much, right? This is too much. You're having sex too much. uh it was just a very yeah, porn over plot type story. Is only 6 chapters, but I did like the side characters. So it's a saving grace. So I wouldn't say this is the worst thing I've ever read, certainly not, but it's not great. But I did enjoy the chibis, and I did enjoy the side characters. Um the main characters had no character. There was like nothing about them that made them interesting or likable. Um, Nothing at all. I felt nothing for them. But yet everyone else around them, I'm like, can I get a glimpse of more of this demon lord? So yeah, this is a weird one. I wouldn't know what to give it. Probably a 2.5. Maybe just because I don't think it deserves to be on the worst things I read list so far this year. But it's not great. Anyway, that leaves, if I close this down, that leaves just Here and There and Us, the new edition by Thanat, but also, is it further up? There's a sequel, and that is Here and There and Us, and Then and After. This has 16 chapters, and this has 29. I was like, wow, these are really long. So yeah, it might take me a day or two to read through these because I do plan on doing some editing and maybe some filming because I have still my list of videos that I wanted to make, and if I'm not making them, I kind of feel bad because I have some days off. I do have a book that I'm probably going to take to the library. Um, and maybe a few other things. So this might just be me chatting about the books. There might not be anything actually interesting in this video. Sorry. But we'll see how long it takes me to actually read this. It might take me a while. It might take me some time. We'll see. I've got a few other things to do today. But yeah, breakfast. Because it is morning. Woo woo. And I do feel like eating breakfast. And the sun's come up. There is clouds, so it might rain later on, but at least the sun did come out for a brief spell today. It's quite nice when that happens. So yeah, this is the next one I'm reading. Here and There and Us, new edition. So I did go out yesterday to get some delicious food, but I also managed to pick up some nice flowers. They were only £1.20. I got some nice things to eat. But I did not get much progress with my reading, so I need to update that when I have actually read some more. But I did edit a video instead, which is quite good. I think I want to take most of these about here-ish. I'm thinking smaller. So take some of these leaves off. Oh, you're looking a wee bit damaged. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and cut these down and put them in and rearrange these flowers, and I'll show you what they look like. There we go. It's this is a really nice kind of bouquet. This is my favorite kind, where there's a real mix of colors and textures, but also the scent is amazing. Both these little white ones and this big one here has such incredible scent, and that's what I really love about flowers. They look pretty, but what I really enjoy is when they smell amazing. And this one just smells great. Like people have just come along and just picked the flowers that they like out their garden. That's what it kind of feels like. So yeah, this is one I'm probably going to use in filming today. That's what I'll try. So I just got back from the charity shop, where I had a wee look at a few things, and I thought I'd show you what I got and what are my goodies. So first off, I thought I'd show you some books. I picked up Suddenly a Murder by Lauren Munoz. I didn't really know anything about this. It sounds like a murder mystery, maybe like a YA or even a middle grade, probably YA. But when I was checking it out, it was a 2023 publication, so it's a fairly new one, and it doesn't look like it's actually been read at all. So another murder mystery to add to my growing murder mystery collection that I haven't actually read yet. And along with that goes the Marlowe Murder Club by Robert Thorogood. This one has been read, you can see. It's got a bit of weird, but it does have really cool, and I only just noticed this just now, really cool side sprayed edges. So I'm really like, I'm happy with that. This one came out a few years ago. I want to say, where is it? 2021. There you go. So I have seen this for quite cheap and reasonable, and I definitely could have got it. It's quite shiny. And yeah, I really like this edition, but it's definitely one that's been well read, I think, so I can add that to my murder mystery collection. And also Get a Life, Chloe Brown. Now I don't know which one this is. Is this the first one or the second one or the third one? I know I have one other, and I have not read that one yet. So this is 2019. I'm guessing it must be the first one. Yeah, I guess. So I think, is it Get a Life, Chloe Brown? And then, well, it's all the Brown sisters, I'm guessing, by Talia Hibbert. They're very popular ones. Some people really love them. Some people are like, meh, it's okay. But I have the yellow one, whichever the yellow one is. So I know that there's 3 and I need to get the other one. But I've been able to pick them up for about £1 each time. So yeah, first things first, 3 books to add to my haul for the month. Pretty good, I think. Certainly not bad. Now, what else did I get? Let's see. I also picked up, hopefully this one's okay, needle felting kit. Makes one animal approximately 10 centimeters. I don't know if it's got all of the stuff in it that I need, because it has been obviously used before. So we'll see if I actually have everything I need in here, and then maybe do a little bit of felting, needle felting, because I'm wanting to pick up some more hobbies and do some more crafts and things like that, and this is one that I'd like to try, maybe when I'm doing some reviews. And then I also got this, which I could get really cheap, but how much was it? £2. I mean, I can't say no. I don't know if it's even got all the bits in it. We shall see. So I wanted to get a spiralizer for ages and ages and ages. Oh, it comes in a tub. Is that everything? No idea if that's everything I need. So it probably needs a good wash, a big clean. But yeah, these, hopefully it's all the pieces and a blade. 9 pieces it's supposed to have. Let's see. I think it's missing something. I think it's supposed to have around tub, so maybe I can use something else for it, or just use it. I think it needs a lid or something. Maybe it doesn't have it all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm missing like a main piece. Maybe I'll go and ask if they still have it. Never mind. I should have just bought another one. Ugh, I saw it and I thought, why not? But yeah, never mind. We'll see. Maybe they've got the piece that's missing somewhere else. But yeah, might have to see about this spiralizer. Not quite what I'm after. The other thing I got was, let's see if I can get it out. So I got a lovely scarf. It's really nice, and it's lovely milk and sugar jug set that comes with little cups. Aren't they super cute? So there's actually a matching set. So I have the other one here as well. So nice little tea set, which is really cute. It would be great if I could find a like a teapot in this shade. That would be super cute. I also picked up, because it's nearing Valentine's Day, another Valentine's Day mug. I got one last year, so I got myself another one. It was only £1. So yeah, it's gonna need a wash. Like all of the stuff's gonna need a wash, and then I can put it in my cupboard. So I'm really happy about that one as well. And lastly, I got another scarf which I used to wrap up this lovely big plate. In fact, there was quite a few of these plates, but I bought us a round one recently, and it's the same design along the edge. So I've got a matching sort of flat dish bowl, which would be quite nice. But yeah, if I like this, I can always go and get another one because there's more there. So yeah, my goodies, my haul of thrift things. That spiralizer is a bit of a bit of a disappointment. Never mind. But everything else is really good.
So before I carry on with some reading, I'm gonna have something to eat. I made like there was tortellinis, so I bought some tortellinis and some Moroccan soup. So instead of making a sauce, it's a really thick soup, and then I've added some extra coriander and some parmesan. So it's a really nice, delicious dinner. And having a little bit of wine as well. Why not? Wine and not exactly. So yeah, I'm feeling a little bit tired, but I'm gonna have something to eat, and that'll hopefully perk me up. So I actually got some lovely flowers for cheap. They were only £1.20 instead of £6, which is pretty good. So I'm gonna take them out. They're starting to wilt already. It's been a day or so, so I need to get these out into a little tub, because I do have some nice flowers already, but that's me cutting them all back and everything like that. So. But it looks really cute. So we'll see if we can get another wee bunch in another jar as well. There we go. That's it. I've got lots of really nice flowers. I don't think the tulips are long. I had some extra tulips, so I put them in. But I don't think they're going to last that long. But the daffodils are smelling nice, and this is absolutely lovely. And the rose is really nice. And this is what's left of the previous one. And they all kind of go together. It's very nice and bright and kind of spring-like, even though it is definitely not spring yet. Anyway, I have to go off to work. My house is tidy-ish, but I have at least some nice flowers to show as well, which is nice. So we shall enjoy them. There's lovely scent in the room as well.